Welcome classic rock fans to an unboxing and review of Steve Hackett's Spectral Mornings and Selling England by the Pound live at the Hammersmith Odeon. Before we go any further, I urge you to click like, subscribe and check that bell so you get notified of any future uploads. And if you enjoy my musings on music and you appreciate the work that goes into these reviews, do check out some of the links below for ways you can support me and my channel. It's always much appreciated. So what do we get from this new package from Steve Hackett, which I think consists of some CDs and the Blu-ray of the whole concert? I suppose the answer to that question is 2 hours plus of wonderful guitar artistry with a glorious supporting cast whose attention to detail in terms of this early Genesis stuff is just astounding. So no further ado, let's do an unboxing, shall we? And here we are, Steve Hackett Selling England by the Pound and Spectral Mornings live at Hammersmith. Of course, the cover is very familiar. It looks almost identical to the cover of the original live Hammersmith release. Just I think the colours and lighting is a bit different. So if we open it up, that's just the front bit of paper that I tend to keep. So we get obviously more images of the light show and things that beautifully complement the music. And let's move that across. We get the Blu-ray, of course, the CD2, and CD3. Let's pop those back, and here we have the booklet. Lovely colours on the front cover. And there we have it, there's the spine as well, and of course the back cover. I must admit I really enjoy these Steve Hackett live shows. I've seen him a couple of times now, and in fact I have a ticket to go and see the Seconds Out extravaganza. Of course what we get with this package is kind of what we've had before, exceptional musicianship combined with some remarkable production values. Unfortunately, I can't say much about the surround sound mix in this package because I simply do not have surround sound, unfortunately. You have to check out Life in Surround for that. What I can say, of course, for this is there's a wonderful merging and interplay between the newer material, Spectral Mornings, and of course the wonderful Selling England by the Pound. The audience seemed perfectly at ease with the newer stuff, but it all segues beautifully, really. It's all rather seamless. And of course at the very centre of it all is sublime, ethereal guitar tone. This wonderful articulation of guitar phrases and tones, you know, we'd expect nothing less of Steve Hackett. It's warm, comforting, familiar, kind of like the prog equivalent of a nice steaming bowl of porridge. And Nad Sylvan, he's a complete enigma. I mean, where they found him, you know, I'm convinced he's from outer space somewhere, or he's perhaps put together in some sort of prog laboratory somewhere. And his voice is just so good. He beautifully articulates this Gabriel era stuff. He sings them with a very respectful sense of reverence, which certainly enables this material to transcend time. Other call-outs, of course, for this concert, of course, are Roger King's wonderful keyboards for Under the Eye of the Sun, sorry. They really stand out and are beautifully complemented when merged with the guitar noodlings of the great man himself. And Craig Bloodell's drumming is just absolutely wonderful. It's a hyperbolic mishmash of percussive warfare, especially at the end of Clocks, The Angels and Wands, I believe. I think he's absolutely wonderful on that. I really like the guy that was drumming before. I can't remember his name. He used to wear a bowl hat. He had a great voice as well. And the great rendering in this concert of Spectral Mornings is absolutely delightful. I love these early Steve Hackett numbers. I must explore his later catalogue in greater depth, I think. Interestingly, if you are interested in Steve Hackett, do check out my classic album review of Voyage of the Acolyte, which is now on my Patreon. The playing of Spectral Mornings is a wonderful exploration of shade and tone. It's intriguing, multifaceted, and I have to say thoroughly engaging. What becomes apparent with this Blu-ray and the other Steve Hackett Blu-rays as well is that the musicians on stage really seem to be enjoying themselves, and they embrace this material with enthusiasm. And of course enthusiasm begets enthusiasm. There's a wonderful sense of camaraderie on the stage, and that spills over to the audience as well. You can just see that the audience has a wonderful time immersing themselves in this delightful and luxurious music. And then of course we get the wonderful Selling England by the Pound. And when Nancy Olvin sings those opening lines of Dancing with the Moon at Night, the atmosphere palpably changes. In fact, Chris High has said he describes him as almost carbon copied Gabriel vocalizations. But there's no doubt in my mind that something transformative takes place. The stage becomes an almost Narnia-like visualization, or the myth, the magic, tones and iconography of the Gabriel era Genesis opens up like a well-thumbed scrapbook. If I may quote from Chris High's article once more, keys moan, flutes trill and drums clatter in percussive syncopation, causing ethereality to abound. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed the experience of watching this Blu-ray. I still say that this one, the original Hammersmith gig, Genesis Revisited, is still my favourite. I would love to see this actually reissued on Blu-ray rather than just DVD. Notes Review said in his own exploration of this release, do we really need another Steve Hackett live Blu-ray album? I would say if they're of this quality, then bring it on. So there we have it. That's my opinion of the latest Steve Hackett release. Have you bought it? Will you buy it? Do let me know in the comments below. So it just leaves me to say thank you for watching. Please do stay safe. And most importantly, do keep listening.